Get going, keep growing with IPED. Are you a small or micro business entrepreneur and need financing for your business? Then why not come into IPED and let us help you to get going and keep growing with IPED. Not forgetting too that at IPED we take care of the needs of the young ones out there, the youths out there. So if you're watching this program and you're within the ages of 18 and 35, you have a business idea and you want to be a young entrepreneur, well, the Guyana Youth Business Trust is here for you. So why not come in and let us talk to you, the young ones between the ages of 18 and 35, and let us help you at the Guyana Youth Business Trust to get going and keep growing as well. And don't forget to, those of you who are au fait with IPED and you're an entrepreneur and you've been a client of IPED, and those of you who are prospective clients of IPED, and those of you who are out there watching this program, I want to inform you as well that IPED, we provide complimentary business development services at our Entrepreneurial Development Center. So remember, at IPED, we give you loans and we train you. We help you, we counsel you to help you to manage and to grow your business from strength to strength. It's a pleasure being back with you on the program of Grow with IPED. And for those of you who are not aware, well, we're in the month of April, and April is designated as the Occupational Safety and Health Month. And this week on my program, I'll be talking to you about occupational health and safety. Stay tuned when I come back.
Pursue a career in business and management or build your human resource capacity with diplomas and advanced diplomas from the Institute of Commercial Management based in the UK. Contact IPED's Entrepreneurial Development Centre. Our diploma and advanced diploma courses include business studies, project management, marketing, office management, human resource development, and international trade. Affordable evening classes, qualified tutors, a comfortable environment with free learning materials and study facilities. Choose IPED and ICM.
Welcome back, and I must thank you for staying tuned with IPED. And remember, in my opening statements, my opening remarks, I mentioned that the month of April, we're in the month of April, it's Occupational Safety and Health Month. And we at IPED, we want to bring you information, the small and micro entrepreneurs, because many of you out there, especially the small and micro entrepreneurs, sometimes because we're so busy occupied in what we're doing, trying to make a living, getting our business going, that sometimes we pay no heed to occupational safety and health. We want you to pay heed to occupational safety and health. And that is why on my program this week, I'll be chatting with someone on occupational safety and health. It's on that note, I want to say a hearty welcome to my guest, Mr. Beresford, and he is the Vice Chairman of the National Advisory Council on Occupational Safety and Health. A hearty welcome to you, Mr. Beresford.
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure for me to be here and usher in Occupation Safety and Health Month.
I want to thank you in advance for accepting my offer, my invitation to be on my program today.
That's okay.
I must thank you very much. Now, Mr. Beresford, you're the Vice Chairman of the Advisory Council on Occupational Safety and Health. My first question, sometimes people out there, they're of the view that, what is occupational safety and health? Why is this thing important to me as an entrepreneur? So let us start off a discussion on what is occupational safety and health.
Well, first of all, occupational safety and health has to do with a safe and healthy work environment. It has basically to do with 4 principles, which is promotion of the highest degree of mental, physical, and social well-being of workers in all occupation, protection of workers from factors adverse to health, the placing of a worker in an occupational environment suitable to their mental and physical needs, and the protection of workers too. But let me get a little further into that. Everyone have a role to play in occupational safety and health. And even at the household, you also have a role to play in occupational safety and health. Because if your environment is not safe, it means that there are hazards within the environment which could cause accident, injuries. For employers, it could be lost time, productivity, and for some persons, it could even mean death.
Quite true. Death, imagine that, But you know, our viewers out there, small and micro entrepreneurs, sometimes they're of the opinion that I have a small business. I'm alone in the business. I have a micro business. I'm the lone operator in the business. Why is it important for me then? I do not have employees. How do you answer that?
For small and micro enterprises, you are much more susceptible. You are much more at risk. Being small means that you have a very small capital. You have a very small turnover of your funds and resources. It also means that one accident in the workplace can cripple your business. It means that you are exposed to much more potential hazards within your work environment because of one, you may very well employ persons who are not trained in occupational safety and health, not knowledgeable, therefore those persons have unsafe behaviors.
Quite true.
Within your environment, you may have unsafe working conditions. Why do you need to? Because as small enterprises, if you integrate occupational safety and health into your program, into your work plans and procedures, and ensure that that's where it's integrately part of it and it's cheaper, and it will be able over the long run to reap more benefits than if you would have incurred any financial gains.
Okay. I'm a rice farmer. I have 10 acres of rice field. Why is it important to me as a rice farmer?
Well, I'm glad that you bring it up because as a rice farmer, you will first of all need to have workers, machinery, and also you will need to fertilize and use chemicals.
Okay.
If your employees are not trained on the application of chemicals, it means those workers can ingest or inhale the chemicals or absorb the chemicals. It also means that those workers will become ill. So one of your most precious resources, which is your employee, is not able to work for an entire crop when you're ready to reap or when you really need that person. An unsafe or untrained employee who is working, for instance, your combine, that person may be untrained. As a result of that, that person may do some work or some task that will damage your equipment. Millions of dollars goes down the drain.
Quite
It
true.
also means that if you have safety and health, if you put safety and health in the initial stage, you have trained employees, your process, your plan, your procedures are well integrated with safety and health, it means that you will have optimum production.
Quite true, and you'll have safe employees. And as you rightly said, if employees are working for you and they see that as the business owner, you're taking care of their health and their welfare and their safety, that indeed will motivate them to work more and be loyal for you, not true?
That's right. Because when you have a safety and health work environment, it means that no one will look at who will be injured tomorrow. Am I going to go home to my family
Quite
with
true.
a lost limb?
Quite true.
Will my family be praying every time I leave for work in the morning
Quite
that you
true.
come home safe?
Imagine, I have a small business, maybe I have a little business at home. I have 2 sewing machines. I have 2 girls, sewing some garments, and up, comes a fire. And I look around, I don't have a fire extinguisher. Imagine what can happen. Your entire business can, be destroyed or wiped away in a few minutes.
Well,
Just a simple fire extinguisher.
but not only the fire extinguisher, are your employees trained
Well,
in the use of the fire
Well, that's
extinguisher?
another thing.
Do you have a fire emergency plan?
Right.
And this is not only for white small companies, larger companies. Do you have an evacuation plan? When there's a fire, do persons know where to go, what to do, who to call? Let's say, for instance, you have a bomb threat. What is the procedure? If you have flood, what happens? So all of these are incorporated into your emergency evacuation plan,
Quite
which
true.
I believe every enterprise, from small to large, should have, and it should be able to be fine-tuned.
Quite true. You're watching Grow at IPED, and here I'm chatting with Mr. Dale Beresford, and we're talking about occupational safety and health. It's Occupational Safety and Health Month, April, every year. Is it globally? It's April is Occupational Health and Safety and Health Month?
Yes.
All over the world?
Globally.
Globally. So we want to bring you information to make you conscious that this is an important aspect of your life and your business as an entrepreneur. How all this fits into the laws of Guyana, Mr. Beresford?
Well, the Occupational Safety and Health Act, number 32 of 1997, meaning the 32nd bill that was passed in 1997, replaces in some aspect the Factories Act. But Occupation Safety and Health Act covers all occupations, from that of a domestic worker right up to the persons in the field and offices. And under the Act, Section 46 has specifically catered for the roles and functions of employers, what they should and should not do. And just some simple is that one, they must provide a safe and healthy work environment. They must provide personal protective equipment for all employees. And they must ensure that employees are educated and trained on occupation safety and health.
Okay.
Section 49 deals with the safety and health of employees and how employees should care, use, and maintain the personal protective equipment. They must report hazards to the employers. And most importantly, employees have the right to know, to participate, and to refuse dangerous work.
Quite true.
Under the law.
Many persons out there are not aware of these things. Imagine, by law, I'm the owner of business. By law, am I, forced, or is it compulsory for me to abide by that law? Is there any way, that the Ministry of Labor polices that law to ensure that people, or all business owners or employers, abide by that law or that act?
The Ministry of Labor, through its Labor Occupation Safety and Health Department, is doing a wonderful job with the resources that are available. They visit workplaces, do the inspections, and if there are hazards or if there are violations, they bring it to the attention. And as a matter of fact, persons now are also taken before the court.
Okay, because that's why I'm asking that, and I know that numerous small and micro businesses out there, they do not comply with anything that we're talking about here.
Well, that is one thing I would like to see improve. I would like to see that small micro enterprises, they not be forced to comply with occupations, but it should be encouraged.
Right, that is very important. I like what you said there. They should not be forced, but they themselves should see the benefit of it and say, look, let me jump on the bandwagon. Let me start doing X, Y, and Z,
I believe that they don't see, as you rightly, the benefits.
They don't see the
And
benefits.
some fall need to be placed on the general populace, especially in the sectors, the Chamber of Commerce, I wanted, because focus is placed too much on the economic, the financial part.
I
of
was
it.
coming to that. We might see the benefit, but what about the costs?
Naturally.
Small business owners, they're grappling with the little finances to purchase their raw materials, pay their labor forces and whatever. Where would they get the money to set up these, safety measures and things in place? Is it that costly?
No, if it's an initial, as you want to say, an initial one-time cost.
Okay.
And let me give an example. You may purchase personal protective equipment to the tune of $1 million per year for your employees. That $1 million annually is integrated into your budget. That budget goes up every year because of costs and probably number of employees.
Right.
But if you take a small percentage to have a job safety analysis done in your enterprise, which is someone come in and they look at your tasks, look at the work and see that it's safe, you could reduce or eliminate the hazard. So there's no need for you to have that quantity of personal protective equipment.
Right.
And over time, that integration of job safety analysis, which is done periodically, that could mean that you have a vast reduction on the potential hazards, which means you may very well have no need to, for instance, purchase goggles,
Right.
safety hats, because then the hazard will be reduced or eliminated.
Right. True, I get it.
So if you look at it's an investment that is worth the while, and it's a small part of your initial budget, and it's integrated into your programs. And one concern I have is that many times the most important asset is not addressed, which is your supervisory capacity. In small enterprises, you may have someone who will be at 5 or 10 years, and as a result of the years, they elevate